Right then, welcome back. Let's get into the player ratings, and there's a lot to go through, and there's actually some really surprising stats that have come out of this. So let's get into them. Start with the goalkeeper like we always do, and it's a 6.5 out of 10 for Andre Onana. Quite poor with his distribution. Actually gave the ball away more than any other United player on the pitch. 24 out of 43 passes, 56% completion. Really shaky distribution, put us under a lot of pressure. Did nearly concede a penalty, but it was overturned via VAR, which was the correct decision. Couldn't really have done much more outside of the goal, to be honest. Like, he did okay. They had a fair few shots, but what he did for their goal was weird. I mean, I thought it was a great cross and it was a brilliant header. Maybe I'm being harsh, but what he did looked weird to me for the goal. I don't know. 6.5 either way out of 10. Lindelof. I actually think Lindelof might have been United's best player on the pitch. And I know it was a low bar, but I think he might have been United's best player on the pitch. 73 out of 76 passes with 8 accurate long balls. That's incredible. That's actually really, really good. Brilliant distribution with great long balls in there as well. And he had 4 clearances, 2 blocks, 1 interception. He was good in the air. He won 3 out of 5 aerial duels. He was probably United's most assured defender. Good discipline, good positional, very good on initiating the build-up, good tactical intelligence and composure. Minimal blame, really, for the conceded goal. So, good showing, I think, there for Lindelof, actually. Maguire. I actually, until I looked at the data, I thought Maguire had a better game than he did. Now, he's still getting a 6.5 out of 10. I'm not going to hammer him for this, but there's some interesting stuff come out of his data. 52 out of 68 passes completed, which is 76%, which is not good for your defender. He lost possession 17 times, which is the same amount as Bruno lost it. I always say, like, it's not a drama when Bruno's losing it because he's creating chances. It is a drama when your centre-half's losing it that much, though. But he had 4 clearances, 1 successful tackle, won 3 out of 4 of his duels, was reliable in the air, won 2 out of 2 in the air. He did have the disallowed goal, which shown really good movement. I don't know why he'd pushed up so high, but he did. He gave us a little bit of leadership, good aerial dominance, but really struggled maintaining the ball. Lack of sharpness at times with his distribution, especially under pressure. There was a couple of nice moments, actually, where he did stuff that was unexpected, but at the same time, he did slow down the build-up play. So 6.5 out of 10 for Harold Maguire. Luke Shaw. Bizarre, because with the ball, reliable, which is kind of become his thing, 39 out of 42, which is 93%, but he didn't really play it forward. When he did get forward, he only had 1 cross, which didn't find anybody. He didn't really have much involvement in terms of defensive action, which I don't get, to be honest. I don't understand how he managed to avoid all defensive action. No tackles, no clearances, just 1 duel won. Really, really passive performance from Luke Shaw. Didn't really put himself in the mix at all. Just a bizarre sort of like nothing anonymous performance, actually, from Luke Shaw. So 6 out of 10. Mazraoui, 6.5 out of 10. Very, very active defensively. Gets involved in the duels. 7 clearances, 3 blocks. Dribble past just the once. Won 7 out of 13 duels. Very just... He's always showing and trying to compete. And I like that about him. His passing wasn't as good as it usually is. 32 out of 41, which is 78%. Didn't really have too much in terms of forward passes and no successful crosses. His work rate and his involvement is commendable, but the attacking contributions are mad underwhelming. Basically played as a right back, really, rather than an outlet going forward. Casemiro, say 6.5. Again, it was pretty solid. 37 out of 45, which is 82%. 4 accurate long balls. Again, didn't really have any sort of incision with his passing. Busy defensively, 6 clearances, 1 tackle, a couple of crucial defensive blocks, but really limited when he got that yellow card. He won 4 out of 6 duels, which is good, but like Casemiro can tend to be someone that gets involved in about a dozen duels in a game typically, so that was a bit poor. obviously he was hooked after 70 minutes. But yeah, it'll be big on Wednesday night. It was solid, but unspectacular. 6.5. Ever get blocked from watching something online just because of where you are? It is 2025, and we should be beyond that by now, shouldn't we? Well, with Surfshark VPN, the sponsor of today's video, you can connect to the internet as if you were anywhere in the world. And that means streaming shows from other countries. It means accessing websites that are restricted in your region, or even catching live sports coverage that you wouldn't normally be able to see. Surfshark isn't just for entertainment, it is your digital travel companion. Whether you are at home or abroad, it keeps your connection secure, your location hidden, and your browsing private. And here's the best part. If you go to surfshark.com/Howson or use the code Howson, Howson, at checkout, you're going to get 4 months extra for free on your subscription. Beyond hiding your IP address, beyond encrypting your traffic, it also blocks ads, malwares, and trackers with its clean web feature. There are no borders mode as well, which you can lock on, and it works in countries where there is heavy internet restrictions. If you're new to a VPN, don't worry, the setup is very, very quick and it is totally beginner friendly. And one Surfshark account also works on unlimited devices. That means your phone, your laptop, your tablet, even your telly. Everything that you need to browse freely and securely, and it is backed by a 30-day money guarantee. So don't settle for limited internet. Visit surfshark.com/Howson or use the code Howson, Howson, at checkout and get 4 months extra free today. Big thanks to Surfshark for supporting this channel. Bruno, I'm going to say 5.5. It was below par for him. 28 out of 37. He didn't get on the ball as much as he normally does. He did lose possession 17 times, which I said, I don't mind that if he's creating. We didn't really create. Yes, he put the cross in for Maguire's, which was great, but it didn't stand, so you can't count that as a chance if it was offside, can you? He's the one expected to unlock defences, and if he's not at it, we ain't at it. Crossing was poor. 1 accurate out of 11. That hurt us. Only won 4 out of 10 of his duels. Like I said, his inability to retain possession isn't a problem if the crossing and the chance creation is there, and it wasn't. So then you go, okay, so now what? He didn't get on the ball enough, and he wasn't effective enough when he did. So 5.5 out of 10. Dorgu. Again, it was a solid performance. I'm going to say 7 for him. 25 out of 31 passes, which is 81%. No accurate crosses, though. 0 from 3. 7 clearances. Won 10 out of 17 duels. He was really good in the air. 4 out of 5 aerial duels won in the air. Defensive solidity was needed against Chelsea, and he was pretty good at that. And he was quite aggressive when it comes to trying to engage in the duels, and I think that works. But he didn't really offer us enough going forward with the ball in terms of a threat. Diallo, 7 out of 10. 25 out of 29 passes, shows the reliability that he's got with the ball. And he had 2 key passes as well, so he was a pretty decent chance creator for United. He had 5 dribble attempts and completed only 2. He was the only person that completed more than 1 dribble. There was nobody able to pick the ball up and run with it at all in the United team. So it was energetic, it was ambitious. It's a 7 out of 10. But it weren't good enough, and it weren't up to the standard that we've seen him set. Mason Mount, he started off brilliant until we had that disallowed goal, and then he just I think he went home. He didn't get on the ball. 11 out of 15 passes, no key passes, no accurate crosses. He did get a couple of shots off. Decent little attempts, but no, obviously didn't put him in the back of the net. Defensively, he was decent. Won 4 out of 5 duels. But, you want Mason Mount to have an impact with the ball. And we didn't really see that. Again, another one that subbed after the 70th minute. It's a 6.5 out of 10 for Mason Mount. Rasmus Højlund. It's a 4. And half of me feels like that's being generous. He won 2 out of 11 duels. Which is actually, that's the 3rd figure I've given, but I've actually done 3 different videos here, and I've used 3 different sites. So I used an app, I've used SofaScore, and I've used Opta, and they've all got a different thing for his a number of duels contested and how many he's won. Two of them I've got him winning 1, and SofaScore, which I've used just for this one, I've got him winning 2 out of 11. I've got 1 out of 13, 1 out of 12, and 2 out of 11. I'm going to go with this one. It says 2 out of 11. He's fucking annoying when it comes to the way he goes for the ball in duels. Annoying. No shots, no attacking threat generated at all. He is isolated, but he makes no attempt to involve himself in the team play. A prime example of this is when the ball's crossed for Maguire's movement to get on the end of it. He's inactive, on his heels, walking back from an offside position. You know, when Bruno's on the ball, it's obvious. Bruno's put 11 crosses in, only one of them are accurate. That might even be the one that hit Maguire, in all honesty. And you wonder why. It's not a lack of service. It's a lack of movement. And he's the main culprit. He was United's weakest link. It is like playing with 10 men with him at the moment. Substitutions are 6 out of 10 across the board. Garnacho, 6 out of 10. He did have 100% pass completion, but he got twisted inside out for Reece James to cross the ball for Cucurella's winner. Ugarte, again, weirdly, had 100% pass completion, but picked up a yellow card and then seemed to have a bit of a headless chicken kind of moment about him, so 6 out of 10. Kobe Mainu, he got 9 minutes, 6 out of 10, and Heaven got an immediate yellow card for a 50-50, which sort of summed up just how poor the refereeing was, because, you know, both of them are off the floor. Malo Gusto's off the floor. It could be considered a 2-footer from Malo Gusto. Like, you've literally seen those given as a red. He gets to the ball first, he wins the ball, and he's the one who comes away with the yellow card. Makes no sense, that whatsoever. Either neither of them get a yellow or both of them get a yellow. It made no sense to give the person who won the ball the yellow. Fucking ridiculous. I guess it's because Malo Gusto stayed down. Ridiculous. We edged possession, like it means fuck all, 53%, but we didn't edge creativity or precision. We had a disjointed midfield and a disjointed attacking play. No movement in the box. It was shit. And if it's anything like that Wednesday night, we don't have European football next year. Give us your thoughts on that then. See you in a bit. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.